This video is to help you complete the last learning theory called social cognitive learning theory for teaching strategies for your standards-based lesson plan. And just by looking at this diagram, social cognitive is combining all the factors we've been studying in terms of behaviorism, in terms of environmental factors, and then in terms of constructivism, which is taking place in your mind, and showing the relationship between all three. So as one changes, it affects the others. So very important is the idea that a student's belief is based on whether or not they can do something in their mind, and we call this self-efficacy. The longer they do something, that's the actual behavior itself, and people around that person can have an influence on that person's behavior, which then reinforces the starting point. So if you think about a student that really does well, they cycle up this, what we call the triadic reciprocal behavior triangle. It cycles up so that the behavior is strengthened and strengthened. Well, the same can be said going the other way. As a student does not do very well and someone tells them they are not very good, they think they are not very good, then they show behavior that demonstrates that thinking, and it goes around and around until the child is spiraled so far down they don't try anymore. The idea here is our teaching strategy is how do we break that spiral going down. So it's a very powerful theory for us to apply. So look at your teaching strategies in your standards-based lesson plan and see if you can find one. And if you don't have one, then add one in so that you can help break that spiral. One thing to note about this, this was generated the idea that learning could take place by modeling, meaning that the person could see something and without being reinforced or punished, like we thought in behaviorism, they could learn by just watching. So modeling is a very important aspect of this. People see and act accordingly. Defend your teaching strategy of what you think is social cog theory. Keep these in mind. How does your teaching strategy involve learning through the environment? How does it help them develop that belief in themselves, what we call self-efficacy? How does it believe what students believe is going to be an expectation of learning? How do students believe that they direct their own learning? So when the personal factors of this theory comes into effect, the student can direct and change the other factors. And how does it develop students' metacognition, which is the thinking about their own thinking? So people are aware that they need to change the behavior. That's metacognition. So review the different text resources and teaching strategies and defend your theory. Then choose a social cognitive teaching strategy you think will help learn and why you think it's the best strategy. So modeling, developing self-efficacy, developing self-regulated learning, which is also one of the general learning outcomes for the DOE. So when a student directs their own learning, the DOE is very happy. Then based on that strategy that you've chosen and give a reason why, incorporate it into your existing standard-based lesson. Notice your lesson is getting stronger and stronger as we go through. Then finally, like we did in the all the old ones, pick something that you think doesn't help with the student's learning. In this case, this person thought that self-regulated learning and making students organize their materials is not very effective. Put it in a electronic form, whether it's some kind of multimedia. Then put it into part 2 at the very end of the guiding the learning. See student example. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on that example. You've got all 4 sections of learning theory in your lesson plan. Notice it's still the same lesson plan you've been using. It's just huge now. So if we go all the way down to the bottom, we've got all our learning theories, and here's the last part of social cog. You want to go to La Lima assignments and load this entire thing. Under the learning theory aspect of the La Lima assignments. And great job. That's it.